WWE made several moves today that didn't look massive at first glance, but when you connect them together, they paint a very clear picture. WrestleMania plans are shifting, title scenes are being reshaped, and WWE is quietly setting the board for the next 3 months. Most fans missed why today mattered. Let's break it all down. The biggest story today isn't one announcement, it's a pattern. Multiple reports suggest WWE has adjusted plans around WrestleMania 42's main event picture. That doesn't mean everything is finalized, but it does mean earlier ideas are being reconsidered. Drew McIntyre's championship momentum is a key factor here. WWE doesn't protect champions this heavily unless they're central to long-term plans. Today's reports point toward WWE keeping its options open rather than locking into one obvious Mania main event. That flexibility tells us WWE is watching crowd reactions closely instead of forcing a direction. Drew McIntyre remains at the center of WWE's creative universe right now. Despite mixed ratings performance on SmackDown, WWE is clearly committed to him as champion. That tells us something important. WWE is prioritizing storyline payoff over short-term numbers. Today's news reinforces that Drew is not a placeholder champion. Whoever challenges him next will be carefully chosen, and WWE is using upcoming events to test who feels like a true WrestleMania opponent. One of today's most concrete announcements was the Women's Tag Team Championship match being set for Saturday night's main event. Rhea Ripley and Io Sky will defend against Liv Morgan and Roxanne Perez in Montreal. This matters because WWE does not place secondary titles on premium-style cards unless they want them taken seriously. This is Rhea and Io's first defense, and WWE is clearly using it as a measuring stick for the entire division. A strong showing here elevates the belts. A shock title change flips the women's tag landscape instantly. Either way, this is not filler booking. Saturday night's main event is quietly becoming one of WWE's most important shows of the month. In addition to the women's tag title match, a fatal four-way is set to determine the next challenger for Drew McIntyre at Royal Rumble. That means WWE is using this show as a pivot point. It's not just a special, it's a fork in the road. This tells us WWE wants momentum heading into Saudi Arabia rather than waiting for the Rumble to reset everything. Another big story today was clarification around Royal Rumble postponement rumors. There is no confirmed delay. WWE is proceeding as planned. Why does this matter? Because WWE rarely comments on rumors unless they're gaining traction. Today's clarification signals confidence in their schedule and creative roadmap. It also reassures fans and talent that major storylines are moving forward without disruption. Raw's recent performance on Netflix continues to be a quiet success story. Today's reports show Raw re-entering Netflix's global top 10, driven by strong segments, title matches, and crossover appeal. This matters long-term. WWE is learning what works on a streaming-first platform, and that knowledge will shape how Raw feels heading into WrestleMania season. Expect tighter pacing, stronger hooks, and more must-watch segments. WWE signing multiple new talents to NXT today isn't random. This usually means main roster call-ups are coming. WWE is backfilling talent. The pipeline is moving. NXT roster refreshes almost always precede major post-Mania changes. WWE is thinking several months ahead, not weeks. Today wasn't about one shocking headline, it was about alignment. Championship direction, roster movement, women's division focus, and event positioning all moved in the same direction. WWE is tightening its structure heading into the most important stretch of the year. That's how you build momentum without overexposing surprises. So here's the real question. Which of today's WWE moves do you think matters the most heading toward WrestleMania 42? And who do you think should challenge Drew McIntyre next? Comment down below and let me know.